Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Madcapper and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And with me, this way, you can see, finally, after all this time, my good friend, Odd One Gaming. Odd One, say hi to the fans from around the world.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to finally be here. And you know what? I just realized I feel so sad and I should be ashamed of myself that I did not say that you're a close friend because that's reality. Like, bro, how did I not introduce you like that?
I
I'm
know.
going to slap myself after this. But
Basically, I'm the reason why he's married. That's basically
yes.
true. They started talking as we used to always hang out in each other's streams. So Ivy, myself, Odd One would pop in, and then they would drunk chat. I think Dr. Matt would be there. Who am I missing? Who's the original crew that would
Hootie,
always pop in?
McHooden, Trigger Happy
McHoots,
John,
Trig,
Papa Tez,
Papa
and
Tez,
Joey B Gaming.
and Joey, the Scotsman. And we used to
Uh,
always chat around. And one of those times, two people chatted a little more saucy, a little more spicy than the rest of us. But then
allegedly.
Joey and I realized it just wouldn't work. We were too far away. But then Ivy and Odd One kind of got together, and the rest is history. So, for those of you who don't know who Odd One is, he is my Romanian brother from another mother, and he is married to Ivy Lee Gaming, who is a major raid content creator now. She's in Watcher of Realms. They're having a baby coming soon, and
Yep.
but from a gaming perspective, why don't you let us know how you got to spend a whole lot of money on Raid Shadow Legends?
Oh boy, you're going straight to rip off the band-aid. There we
Yeah.
go. Well, I started actually playing with Raid Shadow Legends as I think most people did through a ad. I saw the sponsored video. No wonder they do it so much. I was watching somebody talk called Talking Thrones. They was talking about Game of Thrones, all sorts of ideas from the books and the series, and he had a sponsorship. And like, yeah, let me just give it a try. I was working in the UK at the time. I had some time to play on my phone and whatnot, and I started playing that, I got hooked because, like, again, graphics, good mechanics, good stuff, and 4 years later and a few $1,000s later, here I am, still here playing.
Few thousand, you rookie.
Yeah, free to
Awesome.
play.
So, in case you haven't noticed, we are currently on Odd One's free to play account. And if you guys have been following along to the free to play challenge 2024, which you probably have, because as you know from this channel, I kind of shut her down for several months and I just started doing free to play content. Hurt my numbers considerably, but that's okay because I'm having way more fun than I ever did in this game for years. But the challenge from Hell Hades, and Odd One is one of the front runners. He won the challenge last year, correct? This year, I think Mullet kind of pulled ahead, but definitely in the fight, definitely pushing it to the very end. And I want to talk to you about this account because if you guys, what day are we on here? We're not even day 60, are we? We're
No,
day
53.
53. So we're heading day 54 will happen in a few,
Technically, technically we're day 52 because we
it's
started the
true.
accounts like 2 hours before
Yeah,
reset.
that's true. So you got the two rewards and so yeah, so day
Yeah,
52, we'll call it day 53 just for
yeah.
giggles. And in 53 days, I want to show you guys some of the highlights of this account. If you, in case you don't follow Odd One or haven't been closely paying attention, he has Arbiter, which I believe you just got. Like, you just put out a video, so this was just recent, right?
Yeah, I just got
Yeah,
her yesterday
yesterday.
morning.
So yesterday morning, Arbiter, 53 days in. I have not Arbiter. I'm not even anywhere close. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of this. In case you wanted to be even more jealous, Doom Tower. We're sitting at level 89, looking at that Bommel. He says he's going to do it. He says he's going to hit Bommel maybe today. Maybe later. Maybe the next video you see is how I aced everything because I'm the best player ever. Clan Boss. Demon Lord hitting Nightmare.
Yep, it's a 2 key.
Two key Nightmare. And yeah, granted, he picked Deacon. Venom Age, absolutely top tier Clan Boss champion. Skull Crusher, yeah, okay, maybe he got a Skull Crusher. Yeah, okay, maybe he got a Sepulchre Sentinel. But still, two King Nightmare in 50, what did we say, 53 days.
53 days, yeah.
Curse City. I don't know if that you might. Yeah, you're like everyone. Oh, he's even done hard stuff. What a try hard.
No.
But you're like everyone else. The duos and those ones are a bit tougher when you have a
I mean,
shortened roster.
honestly, I haven't checked if I might be able to progress more. I haven't checked
Yeah.
Curse It in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, literally,
Just
you
did
just
a few
do.
at the beginning.
Yeah, if you get the advanced quest to have to do 2, you just do level 1 twice, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you move
boop,
on.
boop.
Yeah. More. Look, there's more. There's more. It's not over yet. Have you done any
No.
keys yet? Oh, you haven't done keys. But he is hitting.
Hydra. No, I'm not. I haven't done Hydra yet because honestly, I haven't tried. Like, I feel it's too because I don't have the AOE burn or the Geo. It's just too annoying. I feel like that's what locks Hydra. If you don't have an AOE burn or like something there.
We got to talk about this. He's in gold 5, and this isn't just because he's superpowered, though he also has the superpower of playing this game. But there's a trick to this, and we'll talk about that in a bit, or not a trick, but a way to get there. TLDR being the sooner the better. If you like me, if you wait too long, your account gets too strong, and then you get paired up against like strengths. And then it becomes harder because those like strengths are going to have all these legendaries. But in the first couple weeks, you pushed like a madman when you were getting 100, people with player power similar to you, and able to hit them. And then once you get to gold 5, it's like gravy train, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll talk about all that. But let's start where, of course, we want to do, and that's with the champions here. You currently are sitting at 3, 6, 9, 10 6 stars.
Yeah.
Tell me the approach. Tell me the approach of how in 53 days, but more importantly, just that first 48 hours. We'll play it like a whodunit. First 48 hours. Tell me what you do to approach this game to get to where you are now.
So the first 48 hours, the way that I usually always try to focus it is obviously your starter and whoever's going to be your, the epic that you chose. So for example, for me, it was Kale and Deacon. Take them into campaign, do your campaign stuff, and religiously follow, that's what I did, religiously follow progress missions and challenges. The sooner you get, especially the challenges done, the better, because those ones give you shards, they give you books, give you a ton of energy. They are a pain in the backside, but as you can see, I finished almost everything, just that affinity bonus one, which that does not really coincide with what you have to do for the progress missions for Arbiter, so that's why I stopped there. But everything else, I just religiously follow those, because apart from a few ones that are really stupid, like farm attack percent gloves and chest and boots from Swords of Arnok, and then equip them and whatnot, most of the time it's the game directs you in a pretty good way. And basically the number one priority is get your starter or whoever is going to be your campaign farmer to 6-star ASAP. Like the sooner you get that, the faster the game unlocks for you. Because having that 6-star and buying masteries, I even bought my masteries for Kale before I actually had him 6-star. I just straight up, even those masteries without the tier 6 is huge. So that's priority. First 6-star, masteries, and then everything else, just follows along to your progress.
By the way, for anyone who's newer game, Phantom Touch might be one of the best early game blessings out there, because it gives you an extra hit, so that's going to help you in the Fire Knight. It's free damage, and of course on rare champions that can't go any further, it's a really good one. I suspect you'll be over a Brimstone here. Emergency heal. Oh, that's a nice one.
So the reason why I chose emergency heal for him is because I thought I have a blood shield accessory. Because if you have that helps. Every time it pops off, extra healing, especially with the ally protector. So as an example, if you have a blood shield on your ally protector, definitely put that on that one, because he's going to soak up more damage. Every time he hits, he puts the shield. When the shield expires, he heals himself. So more self-sustain.
But he doesn't have a blood shield.
I know I don't have it. I thought I had one, so I chose it. I mean, I can always swap it. It doesn't. I'm not sure what else would really help for him, honestly.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but I mean, just he might actually, He
has HP.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one.
Yeah, like I'm not sure exactly what, because like cruelty, I already have on Deacon. It's like what other ones that there's not much I see that with
maybe Iron Will.
Maybe that one, but it's like it doesn't really help
it doesn't increase against poison.
Yeah.
But
So
like if
it's
you have like a couple poisons or a couple of, but you have Sepulchre Sentinel, so that wouldn't matter. Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
exactly. It doesn't there's no commanding presence could be
Maybe.
one, but I'm not gonna take that one, and I'm gonna tell people this one as well. This can be tricky if you're gonna do some sort of a clan boss team that has somebody in the lead that brings a speed lead. That can mess you up without you even knowing. It's a tiny bit, but it can screw up the whole thing. Don't use that. Don't use that if you have a speed lead. If you don't, fair enough. Go for other stuff. That one's what I'm waiting for my Sepulchre.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping to pull a one for Sepulchre Sentinel, and I'm gonna go with that one. But like, yeah, anything else for blessings, I'm not sure what else. Like for level 1, the only thing that made sense was that one, or just go Phantom Touch. Even though he's defense based, extra damage. You know, that could be the only other way. Or that one, I guess, Heaven Cast, because you're gonna have what's it called, buffs on yourself.
Yeah.
So a couple
Some
of buffs
extra
that
damage.
can help.
Interesting. I mean, if you were using him in Fire Knight, you could argue Phantom Touch for that because it's an extra hit. Excuse me, against the shield, but then that's all it's for. Yeah, good call. So first 48 hours, get your starter, or if you have someone else you're going to use, get them to 6 stars as quickly as possible. Progress through. One thing I'll say, we by the way, I forgot to mention this. I should say it now. We also did a collab on Odd1's channel. Make sure you check that out. We talk about my account and what I did. This is obviously a much better account, much more progressed account. So I was really focused. But one of the things I would say, and you made the right call, is I always pick Elhain because I think that Kale's overrated. However, in a challenge like this, Kale is insurmountable because you're 3 months. Like, this is a 3-month challenge, and that was a really smart move on your part because in 3 months, you'll be using him everywhere for those poisons. By month 6, if you were playing, maybe he'd be replaced. Like, I got Frozen Banshee, I'd replace Kale with Frozen Banshee in the
I have Venom Mage. I don't
Venom
need him
Mage,
for poisons anymore. So
yeah. So, but because you're so focused right now on that first 3 months, Dragon, specifically Dragon and Clan Boss, Kale is miles ahead of everyone else. So just a thought. And Aethel is probably also
one more spot. One thing that makes him, from my point of view, and this is something that I forgot, and I think lots of people forget. Spider.
Yeah.
Because of the way that his A2, he's the only one that has that thing on the A2. If you look, every time he kills something, fills the turn meter. So when you're talking about farming stage 10, he pops one, gets another turn.
He basically gets 2 turns.
And if you proc that, with a mastery that has a 30% chance of decreasing the cooldown of a skill, you could go A2, A1, A2, A3, A2. So basically every other turn that he gets, he has that AoE back again.
And if you get really lucky, and I want to see where you have that gear. Do you have that gear?
What, the Rathalos gear?
The Rathalos gear?
I didn't even level it yet, honestly.
What?
I had more important stuff that I was looking at. I have Relentlesses. I told you, I had my mindset on. I forged it, I think, already. I used the charms and whatever. I could not get any mythic stuff, even though I had a few. I think I had a few of those. I focused more on my mind was set on doing the other things.
That's fair.
The challenges.
He's further than. So what am I even talking about? But here's the reason why I asked that, because if you don't have Kale, he's got some good stuff. On 4, fills his champion's turn meter by 5% for each enemy hit by AoE attacks. So you're getting 25%. Then you're getting 5% per on the spider, 10 spiders. 50%. You can play turn meter game all day long. And I wouldn't say put it on Kale because Kale's already got that ability, but you put that on a secondary like Rathalos, which is what I do. You can just play ping pong. I would be interested to say you could probably progress with those two with a non-HP burn spider account if you had 4 pieces on Rathalos and Kale.
Whew. That's what I'm doing. That's kind of like I'm doing farming spider now on stage 16.
So there you go.
Just keep nuking them with some turn meter control and just keep nuking the spiderlings.
You get this guy, you throw some 4 pieces of Rathalos in there, and he could probably be even quicker. Anyway, so there's a good thought. Okay, but who am I to tell you what to do? You're crushing this game. So
I'm always open to tips, to ideas, because that's the thing about this game. It doesn't matter how long we play it. There's always something to learn. There's always some new ways. There's always some new ideas, and we always learn along the way ourselves.
Perfect. See, and you could say that for life, everyone.
Exactly.
Okay, so first 48 hours, you're pushing campaign, you push through, you get campaign done, you get to 12-3. Obviously, you also push a little free. By the way, if you guys can come back here, I happen to have a very good team for Nightmare because I have Tyrell, very strong defensive based player, champion. If you also got Duck, that would be another really good one because they can take on and absorb all the damage. Some really nice rewards here. This one I did gave me nothing, but potentially could be good. Gave me a couple pieces, but all the bottom row was all flat stats, so I kind of got screwed there. But Nightmare campaign, a good way to go. But
I think
obviously,
I think I could come back to that one maybe with Deacon Rathalos. The problem is because of the way that because this weekend I was the free gear removal. So I went a full account rework on my whole account. I just, at least the ones that I care, like I basically geared my clan boss team with how I'm thinking I could get it to Ultra Nightmare. That's hopefully, after I get a few more pieces of gear. But I regeared everything. And because of that, it might be trickier to the Nightmare because I don't have lifesteal on the key people. Like the way that I'm thinking of pushing that one, I might not finish it. But I'm thinking Deacon and Rathalos might be, turn meter control, defense down, leech if I need to heal back up.
Yep, good. So you get past the campaign, you're in 12-3, you're able to farm, you get a few 6 stars. Where was the next place that you turned to for focus?
Honestly, after that happened, is depends on obviously what you pull from shards. Like that's also what defines your account. Do you pull a good epic? Do you pull a good rare? Do you pull a good legendary? Where you're allowed. We're not allowed because we're only using that's the challenge. But it depends on what you get, but the priorities are still going to be the same from my point of view. Track along the progress missions. That was my Bible. I basically looked at the progress missions and I kept pushing that. If I got stuck at the progress missions, I moved at the challenge, or if not, I was always, it's in the first month, it's brutal 12-3 is basically where you're at. First month, because you need so many 6 stars. It's the way it goes is like this. You get to the point with the progress missions where it requires you to have 4 champions at level 60, and then after that it requires to get you another 4 champions 6-star ascended. So by the time you're getting through these points, you have I have 10 6 stars. By the time I got through the missions, I had 8 6 stars because of what the progress missions gave me. So they're really good to follow because, like I said, for the most part, it tells you to do the right stuff. It tells you to do the right thing, to focus on the right dungeons, on the, upgrading some stuff, on doing some, the campaign pushing forward. So that's what kept me really focused. And the most important thing, the rewards that you get from the progress missions, they're insane. There's some really juicy stuff in there.
Absolutely.
Shards, books, energy,
gems,
silver.
So gems, I see you've got 1,000 gems. I had 12. Because I've been trying to play catch up, but part of that is those last run of, if I recall, those last run of progress missions are 100. Is it 150 or 100 gems each?
It's 150 per stage 20. The one before 125 per stage 17. The one before 100. So
that's a
basically
lot of...
there's 3,000-4,000 gems on the last stretch for Arbiter. I did use a few because I opened keeps. I had to buy keys for clan boss to get Arbiter, but yeah.
All right, so let's talk. One of the areas that you should be pushing is from day, as soon as it opens, is the arena. And for those of you who are astute, notice that he's in gold 5. Everybody, gold 5, and he has actually touched platinum. He has touched platinum just to have it listed on the thing. 2 people have done that. Explain. Tell us how you did it.
So before, just a small correction, because I don't want to be thick-headed. I did not do the plat stuff just to, to be on the leaderboards. I just kept farming, and I got there. Just kept farming one-man defenses, because that was one of the points where I had to go crazy. Do not refresh. Hit him. Take the points. So the Arbiter, the arena is pretty straightforward. There's no actual crazy secret. How much time do you have during the day to constantly refresh? That was the key. That one looks like a trap, but I'm quite sure we're gonna kill it. So
he's got the key is 4. Jeez.
Yeah.
Whales.
I still got it. Boom. There we go. Sit down, Timid. You fool. So yeah, when it comes to the arena, that's the reality. Arena is how much time do you have to constantly refresh, look for one-man defenses, look for fights that you can pick, that you can farm. I think we got this because of
You got
Arbiter.
that?
It should be
All
faster.
right, let's
Yeah.
find out. Let's find out.
Before Arbiter, I would have not
Yeah, that's the.
gone for it.
Look how fast he was. He's so fast.
Never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Sorry.
Never mind. It's fine. You know what? I did a call out yesterday in my video for people like this. Sweating's
Assholes?
allowed in your channel. What am I thinking? Why do you a dick? Like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna put a one-man defense, just put the arbiter like Zeldovic. Well done. Again, Koen, whatever, how we read it. Why do you do that? Why do I see Stoneskin Lord Shazars? Why do I see Stoneskin? Like, why you gotta be a dick? If you're gonna tank, just tank.
Yeah.
Don't think you're smart because you're doing that.
Yeah.
No, you're just being a piece of shit.
I'll tell you. I've seen the worst one. So you can say, okay, well, they just left their Siffy or they just left their Duchess as their one-man defense. It's still shitty, but I get it.
Yeah.
But when I see a Paragon in Stoneskin, that's on purpose. That's intentional. You built out you don't need a Paragon. You built one out. You put Stoneskin, a good gear, so that Paragon will last long enough to get in the endless loop of unkillable. And for those of us trying to farm it, now, I mean, on my main account, just bring in a block or whatever. There's 1,000 ways to get rid of it. But on a free-to-play, you guys are assholes. You're a bad human being, and you're going to hell. Cold Brew, it's your fault. I'm not going to say you're going to go to hell because you're my boy.
Fine.
Eventually, I'm moving there onto the island.
Still his fault, though.
Yeah, it's still your fault. So, yeah. So, the key here, well, actually, I mean, it's your, I won't do that.
Go for it.
You sure? Okay.
You can do it. It's like, because that means it's I'm trying to be always efficient with when I collect my stuff. Like you saw the first thing that he saw when he jumped on my account was like, why is there so many red dots? Well, you have the login, the 180 minutes refill for Arena. I always try to collect it as close to the end of the day as possible because I'm going to try to use it the next day. So I always try to be there, refresh, and only collect it and use it when I can because these gold bars are so important, and the Great Hall is so important early on. It's insane. That accuracy boost, especially, that you get from that's basically a banner, which I'm missing for some of my people. But look at that. That's a one-man defense. That's a one-man defense, a deacon.
So this is the most important area of the game. Now, I went a different tactic, especially when, like, I pivoted pretty early on when I realized I wasn't going to get a good arena group.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a speed lead. I didn't go with Deacon, so I don't have turn meter. So I'm like, well, High Katoon's I have to wait till High Katoon. So I actually filled it out. I actually went and gave Brown, the bronze level bonuses to everyone. And then I started concentrating. But I think if I would have picked Deacon, I would have done like you had and really started focusing here. These are truly, that's 80. The other place that's really good, of course, is Crit. The only reason he has this is because that's a challenge. And I imagine you put a second one there because you had leftover bronze, or was there a challenge?
So. Yeah, I think it was.
You have leftover bronze, you might as well use it. But there's so many aspects to this we'll talk about. First off, this got you your arbiter, right? Because you had to get here.
You had to get 1 to 10. Yeah.
5. I think it's 5, 3 to 4, 3 to 4.
3 to 4, then a 7, 8,
then a 7,
9,
8,
10.
9, 10, right? So I won't ever get arbiter in this challenge because I didn't do that, and I'm only now with High Katoon able to sort of farm. And the key here is that you pushed this every chance you could get. Every 15 minutes, if you could, you jumped in because he was sick, so he was had this thing in front of him every 15 minutes going in. But so I don't know if a lot of people know this, is that the algorithm for Arena until Gold 5, as far as I'm aware, Gold 5, I believe, treats it slightly differently. But it gives you similar player powers on the teams. So when you're in Gold 1... I
think it's only up until, like, you hit level 50.
Is it up to level 50?
Like, I was seeing teams like this in Gold 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, okay. So getting through Gold 1, 2, 3, and 4 is really about diligence. It's really about hitting that every refresh every 15 minutes so that you can get these wins. And these wins are not prevalent in 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are in 5. So that's the key here, is he can farm these 3, and then in 10 minutes and 15 seconds he'll get it again, and you keep pushing and pushing that way. Getting Gold 5 as soon as possible is better than waiting. I'm stuck in Gold 1. Actually, I was in Gold 2, but now with the reset I'm down to Gold 1 again. But it's a different beast, and
I would even argue you should use gems.
Yeah,
honestly, I think think Cold Brew said it as well, or somebody else. But I would even argue it's worth it if you can do it early on. Like if, when
not
you
to
got to the point
not to
where you
refresh.
farm.
Use gems to farm. You buy more tokens, right?
Yeah, if you're there, or like even if you have to refresh. For example, one of the things that I did is if I was done for the day, but I saw I still had a lot of like arena fights that I didn't do, I use gems to refresh. It's 5 gems.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
it can stack up to a lot, but I use them because instead of losing those 10 arena fights, that's basically the equivalent of 40 gold medals, I just spent like 40, 50 gems that got me. That saves me time for stuff in the future. But that was only during arbiter missions. Now
Okay.
I'm more laid back in arena. I'm not going crazy anymore.
Cool.
And I want to emphasize on the Great Hall a little bit, like the way that I'm gonna do it again. Not sure if it's the best way to do it or not, but now that I got that level 10, which was required for the arbiter missions, I'm not gonna go for 10s on the next ones unless I was pushing for the Romanto missions and I got to the point where it requires me to get another 10. The way that I'm gonna do it is I think I'm gonna start leveling up the accuracies, crit damage, HP defense where I need it, but only till the point where it uses the silver ones, which I think is level 5. I think you can check on the accuracy for the force. Let's see. Yeah, for the save 7. So that one I could do, which is like 250 gold one. Boom. Go ahead. Go for it. Give me. I need it for Artalos.
There we go. Boom.
Yeah, so basically I would only take it them to like 6. Then once they ask me for 700 gold ones, I would stop, move to the other ones because they're massive for the whole account.
Sure.
So it's like I kind of get people that spread them apart, but that 1 to level 10 is really important for Arbiter. Arbiter's a game changer. Like getting her on any account.
And one thing I would say, and I agree with how you did it, especially with the way you had focused and your push to gold 5 with hitting that accuracy first, because accuracy, you don't always get banners. It's hard to get banners early. Getting an accuracy banner, we talk about on my channel, like it was, you always get that one faction. You just never get an accuracy banner.
I need 3 for Dark Elves. I need 3. I have 0.
So that can be huge. Now, I would say there's a point, especially if you're spending a little or if you're playing this game long term, crit damage actually surpasses accuracy, and the reason is perception. Because perception is such a strong set and you can get it every day, especially once you get your faction wars past that first boss, and more importantly past that second boss where you can actually farm 5 and 6 star materials to get good accuracy. You can't farm crit damage, you can farm accuracy. So there'll be a point for those of you not playing in a challenge that you may want to switch to, like, for me, if this was my account and I was playing it just regular, I'd probably switch over to crit damage because I'm using Rathalos. So that would amplify my Rathalos damage immediately. So
I think that's what I'm gonna do. After I hit 6 on the accuracy for this one for force, I think I'm gonna go crit damage, defense, and HP because I basically have 3 strong people in there: Rathalos, Sepulcher, and Skullcrusher.
Yeah. And also keep in mind, guys, it's dependent on your account. Obviously, why did he go Spirit? Because he has Deacon Armstrong. So he needed that turn meter. He needed that decreased defense. So Spirit Affinity was where he went.
And there was another one in there that I used, but now he was used as a 5-star chicken. Satyr.
Oh, okay.
Spirit as well. He's amazing for Fire Knight.
He also has Arm and Hammer here, right?
Yeah.
Interesting pick with Luria. She's one of my favorite underrated champions. You even booked her. Tell me about that.
I was desperate. So basically, I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm close to Arbiter. I know I'm gonna get to stages 20. Stage 20 Dragon was on farm. Everything else wasn't. And I was thinking, like, I needed somebody to ascend as 6-star Spirit. It was a choice between Satyr, Armiger, and her. So I'm like, you know what? I feel like for what I needed, she brought me more utility because she could have brought me, if, everything changed, obviously, because you pull some stuff and changes, but she could have been the block reviver because of that A2 for the Ice Golem ads. Cool. She is the control champion for the waves. It's only 75%, but still, it's a freeze when you don't have enough damage or other control. She was the control. And then same thing for Fire Knight for waves. This was a whole nother story. This was the 10% success rate in Spider story. But like, yeah, I felt like, you know what? I even checked with the missus because she's, Ivy still knows a thing or two about raid. So I said, you know what? Who do you think I should go with? And she said, you know what? I use Luria a lot. She's, she's underrated, but she's pretty good. If you like control, especially if you don't have anybody else that brings you some stuns, some provokes, and you have Luria, go ahead. She's gonna help.
I mean,
Plus, she's
your boy,
mm,
your boy
shield
Shilgar here
guard.
is a little bit pissed with that decision. He's a little bit angry.
I mean, yeah, it's I did a shield guard last year, and you know what? The only reason why I didn't do shield guard anymore, he couldn't. It took me so long till I could get strong enough gear on him to farm Spider 10, and that's what pissed me off with him. And that's what I'm like, you know what? I'm not going with him anymore as my first 6-star because of that. Because Spider is extremely important.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
stage
absolutely.
10 when you're starting to get stuff. But apart from that, he's a beast.
And maybe you could have argued this one for
I
control.
didn't have them.
Oh, okay. I mean, Luria. I still
didn't
think
have
Luria is the right choice for you. I don't disagree with that at
Yeah.
all. I think the only other option I would have is it Crimson or Captain? I always get the two mixed up.
That's Crimson Horn. Yeah, she's good. She could be the solo Bommel. Ooh, I have her for Bommel.
There you go.
Hello.
Oh yeah, you have a Bommel. You have your Bommel champ, but she brings a block damage with a provoke.
Yeah.
She brings the increased defense on all allies on a 4-turn cooldown. So you could have. I still like Luria better because it gives you some extra damage, but.
Yeah,
that's a good call out. Good call. Okay, so back to I get sidetracked a lot. Let's keep going. Now let's talk about your dungeons. Where was your focus? So first we'll take a look at each of them. You have a 2-minute 9-second stage 20 show off.
I'm never farming guys column. I just did that for the challenge. If I'm gonna farm, I would push to 16 because I think that one should be fine.
Right.
It's
Dragon.
I hate that dungeon.
Minute 34.
Yeah, that one's like I started changing some of the stuff because now I got Arbiter, so she's obviously gonna go in all of my teams.
Yeah, that boost is.
But
boost.
See, if you go back again, let me show you something. If you go back again to like one of the teams, like for example over here, okay, stage 20, this is something that's so it obviously depends a bit on what you pull. But if you look at my core team, apart from Vermish that I pulled, everything's kind of like a free champion. It's like Deacon was my starter pick for an epic. Rathalos we all got for free. Kale was my starter, and then Arbiter. So it's like as long as you have this is really important. Because you were asking, what do I focus after first 6 and whatnot? Getting a first core of 5 champions, that's gonna be your overall dungeons team is really important. You might have like one flex spot, where as an example for Fire Knight, that team got a Satyr in there. He has a 4-hitter, he had thermometer control, he helped. For Spider, you don't carry the nukes. Now it's obviously different because Cold Heart. Yeah. And Satyr was basically food to get Cold Heart to 6-star. Like, he's done his job, that's it, I'm out.
He's good.
But like, it's getting that core. Like, Kale was in this team, for example, because he has a 4-hitter on his A3. So it's like having that core team that has a overall utility for most dungeons is really important. Having those champions to be 6-star with your 6 mastery, because I think apart from so Luria, Armiger, and Apothecary, those are the ones that don't have masteries. Every single other one of them have masteries till tier 6. So that's really important. Those masteries, like those tier 6 masteries, to bring in that War Master, especially paired with a Leech. From somebody like a Deacon helps you heal up. Let me see, where should I move? Like that. Yeah, like even Armiger, you notice I farmed his stuff because I needed that extra Evil Eye. So I just farmed his stuff to get to the Evil Eye for Armiger.
Yeah.
That was the Spider was the most painful out of like the things that I did, honestly. Everything else was easy clap. Spider 20. It was a 10% success rate team. I think I used like 600 energy so I could do 10 runs on auto.
No. Just to get Arbiter, right?
Just to get Arbiter. It was worth it. I would have used 1,000 gems. I don't care. Arbiter's so game-changing that she's definitely worth it. And the way that I'm going to try and use her, obviously, once I start getting the gear and she's 6-star and whatnot, is I'm not going to do this. I'm not sure if other people say this or not, or how the ideas have changed, but most people have in their head, like if I ask you, Arbiter's like fastest gear you have in arena, right? That's how you would think.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that I would say it obviously depends again what you pull, what else you have built. Like if you have somebody like a Broadmaw, he's 6-star, he's whatever, they're like, yeah, Arbiter's your fastest. If not, for example, for my account, I'm gonna build Arbiter in the fastest region I can get. because she's gonna be in all my dungeon teams.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't want her to die. She's gonna be regen. She's gonna keep herself alive. She's gonna heal up, revive everybody, and that should make most of the stuff that you farm consistent.
Excellent. See, pro tips.
Trying, learning. Like I told you, I'm learning these things just by doing the challenges every year.
And I say, like, you go where you can with the champions you have, and that's a perfect example. You will not.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you can even do Spider 20, even especially pre-arbiter.
Oh yeah, that's
that was impressive, because what you see missing here is the most common piece of the puzzle, which is an HP burn champion.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the days when HP burn champions were dead, you probably were using Armiger and Coldheart, right?
I had them both in Relentless. Both in Relentless, hoping for Relentless proc so I can RNG kill the spider. Because I didn't have enough control.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So maybe now I could do it, but I would have to bring in so Umbro would go back in the team instead of Kale, and then Armiger would go back instead of
I would say you could do this. I think maybe Umbral as well, for sure. So the thing is you weak affinity tank who can then make sure she doesn't get poisons on herself.
You don't see that. It's Umbral. Umbral does the 2-turn provoke.
Oh yeah, she has a 2-turner, yeah.
So I would have Umbral at like 151, just one speed faster than the what's it called, the Spiderlings. I would still keep Deacon because he brings me that increased defense.
Okay.
In there. So maybe I would go, but this is the tricky thing. Like, do you want Deacon and Arbiter? Because Deacon Arbiter gets you to go so fast that Umbral's gonna lose that unkillable.
Oh, that's a good
And then she's
point,
gonna die. So it's I might, like, for me it would be if I got maybe another hard hitter, like, you know, if I got lucky. I mean, I know this is like being greedy, but like another Cold Heart. With another Cold Heart in there, I would have enough damage to kill the spider. But do I get back to the damage is not that big. It's like 400k a pop that I can do. The gear is not quite there, you know. Okay. But like, yeah, the easiest AoE HP burn. Yeah. Or even a Geomancer. Even a Geomancer, because
he does turn
with Umbral, with he has turn meter as well, and with Umbral provoking the Spiderlings, they are not completely CC'd. They attack her. Every attack, chance to proc the passive, kill the spider, you know. So like, yeah, that's what I'm missing to get to stage 20. But up until then, if you go to stage 16, you're going to see the team that I'm using. I think it was, the one that's what I went. 16 is the right spot. That's the team I'm using. I just kill it in like a minute, 2 minutes. Yeah. Pretty consistent. I'm happy with that. Cool. I have a chance to get 6-star gear, selling all the 4-star.
Absolutely. All right. So those are your dungeons. Have you played much in the... no, yeah.
I didn't even touch it. That's the biggest trap. If you're early mid game, just ignore those. Late game, maybe.
You were just thinking to get the specials?
Yes, that's what I did. So on the ones, I'm trying to get a special, so maybe get a chance. I should try and do that later after. Maybe grab it.
All right.
Bronze
Faction
3.
Wars. Nice. Bronze 3, very nice. I almost made Bronze 3. I was kind of upset I didn't.
It's really massive. That's one of the things that people should focus from my point of view. Even if it doesn't have to be free. Even if you can get into Bronze 2, you get so many more gold bars that it kind of allows you to get energy gems. You can see book. Basically, you can grab everything. That's lots of free stuff.
Books,
you know, that.
Yeah, you can get energy rare books, and the ancient shard are the big ones, and obviously the
100%.
The void affinities for Broadmaw.
Yeah, the rares for Broadmaw.
So
and then obviously if you're playing long term, go for Drexar. He's game changer. Yeah, he's amazing, especially for Doom Tower.
Cool. And little live arena, sprinkle a live arena in there. I've actually done. Have you done anything yet? No, we have enough.
No, it's. I think the lower grade ones.
50.
I think if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna focus the
80,
Demon Lord.
100. Oh yeah, just push your Demon Lord. That makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what I'm gonna be. That's what I'm gonna be doing as a challenge. I'm gonna be the Demon Lord guy. So hoping to do my best. Hoping at least for a second place in there. But there's some man-eater out there that I have to face. So fingers crossed that one doesn't get another man-eater Painkeeper or Warcaster or stuff like that.
So I think we've talked about it. So Doom Tower, it's just about pushing. Again, you say have your core champions. Make those your best champions. Yeah, you might have a couple other sub-ins for clan boss. Like, you don't use Skull Crusher everywhere, but Skull Crusher obviously for the clan boss. Clan
honestly,
boss
yeah,
is the most important, would
he's
you
just
say?
clan boss.
What would
at
you
this
say is
point.
more
Yeah,
important? Clan boss or arena? Not, I mean, you can dual focus them obviously, but what would you say if you had two champions? One was going to get you further in arena, the other was going to get you further in clan boss. Where would you go?
clan boss.
Clan boss. Why is that?
Because clan boss gives you more chances at more champions because it gives you shards. It's the best spot in the game to farm. From my point of view, number one priorities are there's three things that I see are the things if you start if you start playing casually and you don't want to do stuff anymore in the game as much, three spots never ignore. Demon Lord clan boss, faction wars, and Doom Tower. These are mandatory because those have, from my point of view, the best rewards in the game.
Yep. Free rewards in the game.
Free rewards, yeah.
Like, yeah, absolutely. And especially Nightmare, I will say, is Nightmare's where you start getting some real numbers for epic books. You get legendary book possibility. You get
Sacred shards possibility.
way more shards, void shards, sacred shards. Though, funny enough, my only void shards ever have come from hard. Isn't that weird?
I go from normal.
Two.
I go one from
Oh,
normal.
really? I got two from
normal.
hard, none from brutal on void. So
Yeah.
anyway, I think we've talked about it all, right? Like, I think we've hit it up. Focus on your Great Hall.
Yeah.
Focus on the champions you have. Build teams around what you've pulled. Did you save shards? Did you pull them right away? What was your strategy on that?
So the first few days, I pulled right away. That's the whole idea. Depends what you pull. If you pull enough champions that give you, people to build. Like if you pull early on, I don't know, like I have a Venom Mage, and you pull a Deacon. If you don't have a Deacon, if you have those that you already need to work on, you don't really have reasons to pull anymore. I mean, Ancients or above. Because you already have, you're going to 6-star a Deacon because he carries you everywhere. You know you're going to 6-star a Venom Mage because she's going to carry you everywhere. You know you're going to 6-star somebody like a Cold Heart because she's going to be amazing almost everywhere. Everything else, okay, maybe Ancient you pull because you're desperate for chickens, But apart from that, most of the time, save for 2 times or save for fusions. Like, I'm curious. I'm going to try and go for these fusions for my cousin, Armand's. I'm going to see, but I'm not sure I'm going to have the shards. Maybe if we get the sacred, I have some resin ones I can do. Like I have that one over there. See, like even though I already have
And
her,
you
I'm
already
gonna
have
fuse
her.
again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuse it again.
For points.
It's champion chase points exactly.
Yep.
Then depends if we're depends on shards. That's the sad thing because like energy, I had one and I fed him.
Oh no.
I had one or two. I had 2 and I fed him. Like yeah, I'm not gonna fuse. Like,
and so this is another thing for free to play. Like, especially in this challenge, I think a lot of people, I made the mistake of feeding a lot of them. I don't know if I would have been able to fuse, but I'm telling you right now, Lochwain is a beast. He hits so hard. He's going to be good for your faction. He's a great champion. So yeah, you're not going to get Lady Makaj in this challenge, but you will get a Lochwain. I'm not a huge fan of Weregrin, but maybe. Not a huge fan of Tatsu, but you can use her. She's a legendary you can use.
Yeah.
Kira's probably underrated. So
I love her. I love her. Every time I get some epics, I pray I get some of the fusions for Kira. If I got her, she was like, because we're allowed to use on this challenge because we fuse her. I would love. She's honestly, from my point of view, if people could get her on an account, she was, unless you have an unkillable team already, 100% do your best to fuse her. She is, she's your Ultra Knight. She's your key to Ultra Nightmare clan boss. Ally protection, AoE increase defense, decrease attack. What more do you want? Yeah.
Decrease accuracy, which isn't really big there, but elsewhere. Also, she puts the decreased attack, but she also has it on her A1.
Yep.
So, but the biggest one is the ally protection on a 3-turn cooldown with an increased defense.
AoE.
That's the big difference, and it's AoE. That increased defense is not on a lot of champions, which makes the champions that have it or something. I guess some might have a strengthen or something like that. You look at what am I doing? Like mine, I have Trumbor, but that's
orcs.
Sorry, he's an orc. He looks like I think these are
honestly, orcs and ogres are like something similar.
I think there's a
he definitely do like an ogre. Yeah.
This has an increased defense, but it's on him, so it's such a big difference on Kira. Now, this guy actually hits really hard, and it's got a random debuff. So hopefully, if I can get him down to a 3-turn cooldown, that's the cleanser for either the stun or the decreased speed, right?
And he would
So
be your 4-3 ratio champ.
what I will tell you is that Trumbor is an absolute tragedy on the Leech and Weekend. It sounds so good, and it's 40%. It never lands. It's a myth.
You need to pull a Farrakhan. You need to pull a
Yeah.
Farrakhan with an ally attack or a counter attack.
Oh my God,
Might work.
Farrakhan the Fat, I might win. I might win it all. Come from behind
Like
victory.
that's the thing for me. For example, if you look at my clan boss team, the only reason why I actually have all my people, nobody's in lifesteal in that team. It's because I do have Deacon, but not just Deacon. It's with the Skull Crusher.
Yeah.
I pretty much guarantee that Leech is out there all of the time. However, I want to get Deacon out there, and I pulled a rare that I'm going to try and replace, but I'm going to need lifesteal on everybody. And the trickiest is to get Sepulcher, which is 240 speed, and you need to have a 240 speed, and I'm going to need maybe an accuracy banner with more speed and stuff to be able to put her in lifesteal, because I want to get that team with, what's her name again? Hellborn Sprite. That rare. So she's going to bring me buff extension, which means I'm going to have increased defense, ally protection, counterattack, and block debuffs on all the time with her in the team. And she also brings me the weekend that I'm missing. So
Nice.
that's what's my goal, and that should hopefully get me to Ultra Nightmare. Be like a 4-key or hopefully 3-key. Fingers crossed. I still got 2 more weeks, but that's gonna be my focus. I need red books though. I need red books. You don't get. I swear, after you finish challenges and progress missions, you don't get red books in this game anymore. I don't know what the hell they did with them. They're like I don't see them. You get epics, legendaries, fine. Okay, there's one. I need to grab that one. There was one over there. I'll grab that. But you don't get them as often.
But legendary books, it's like you get them in Champion Chase if you can have the and you saved everything up for this.
Yeah, it's like I pulled a lot of stuff. I got.
There's no way you'll get 2,000 more, especially if you think you're gonna go for the fusion. So
exactly, it's too much.
Well, there you go. I think we've if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Absolutely, my brother from another mother, the Romanian devil himself, Odd One. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Tour your account and show everyone what winning looks like. And if you stay tuned to this channel, you'll see what losing looks like. But if you go over
you're
to
doing fine. You're doing
really good. Well, next year. It'll be a different year.
We're gonna be back.
Absolutely. We'll try to be on the same team again. That way it works.
We're gonna rig it somehow.
Pin comment description. Odd One's channel. We did a video with his on my account talking about it. So please check that out. Thank you for coming to the channel. As always, I appreciate it. And we'll do this again. Maybe some watcher content. Maybe some other stuff. But
for sure.
But
thanks for having me, and I'm really happy we could finally do it. I'm sorry we postponed the last one. We're supposed to do this like 2 months ago. I got so sick that I've not been that sick in like over 10 years, honestly. Like so bad.
Kissing homeless
like
people.
1 month.
One month. Don't kiss homeless people.
But I like kissing.
I know, but they carry disease. But I'm just kidding.
We're kidding.
Homeless people may not carry disease, and you can get diseases from people in homes. So
they wouldn't want to kiss me anyway. So.
Yeah, it's the gypsies. It's the gypsies. It's the gypsy way. Anyway, okay. Thank you very much for being on the channel. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. As always, of course, please be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.